Well, I'm continuing work on the concrete strips for the carport. I'll show you what I've got here. The string line is where the edge of the concrete will be, and I've just put up a small 2x4, an 8-foot 2x4 there to be able to hold the gravel in on one side since I've got it open. That way at least I can get that in there, get it compacted, and then I can move the 2x4 and then just fill back in some dirt beside it, and that way I don't really use a whole lot of extra stone. I am trying to spread all this by hand, and that makes it a little tougher, so I'm just sort of doing it as I go. This is what 1 ton of crusher run looks like on a 6x10 trailer. So not a lot, but I'm thinking that may do well more than half of what I got to do here. So I'll just start working, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Well, I've moved about, I think, 5 wheelbarrow loads. It's not even a full wheelbarrow load because my tire is a little bit low, so I'm only putting about 12, 13 shovelfuls of stone, and this is what it looks like so far. I'm pretty pleased with it. I've got the boards set at where the top of the stone needs to go, and then I've already pulled some dirt up against the wood there too. So I went ahead and placed the next 2x4, so I'll do the same thing down here with that, and then I'll pull that first board out and just compact all that down, and then I'll be really close to having the right amount of gravel. I think this has worked out pretty good, because otherwise this gravel here would have been spilling over. You can see right here, I don't know if you can see it, I've got a couple stakes under that board to get it up to the elevation of where I want the bottom of the concrete to be. And so that saves me a little bit of stone and makes it a fairly neat edge, I think. Anyway, I'll keep going, and I'll show you what it looks like when I get ready to pull this first board. I finished putting in the stone last night, at least on the first half of what I already have dug out and ready. And today I'm going to try to end up putting forms up for the first section. So I've got these 2x4s, and of course a 2x4 is only 3.5 inches tall if you got it standing up, and so I'm adding a 1/2 inch piece of wood there to make it a true 4 inches. I've also pre-cut some slots in there for my rebar to be able to go out into the future slab to tie them together. So I'll go ahead and continue to put these on here and show you what it looks like later. Well, I'm on a multiple day journey on this process, and so I'm just getting ready to pour the first bit of concrete strip for the carport to rest on. So I'm using a mud mixer today. I've got I think I need 8 bags of concrete to be able to finish this section right here. It's 8 feet long, and these are 50-pound bags. So I'm going to get going on this, but let me show you how it works first. We have a hopper right here first, and down inside, I don't know if you can see it really well. Let me zoom in on it. There's a corkscrew down in there. It's like an auger. It as you put the concrete in here, it just goes out this chute. There's 2 water nozzles right there. I've got it hooked up to the water hose, and as that dry concrete mix comes through there, it gets mixed with this auger based on how much water you decide to, how much water you decide to add. And then it's just going to come out of the chute here and drop right into that. And so with this knob up here, well, actually with this button here, first you just turn it on forward, and you determine how much water by using this dial. So I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be yet. We'll start it out probably about midway. We've got pretty good water pressure and flow here. So let's just get started on it, and I'll show you how it works. have to put a board under the back of this because it's leaning backwards. Okay, looks like I've got some adjusting to do. That's not the best start. And this is going to be kind of tough to do by yourself. Well, that was somewhat of a fiasco trying to keep the right amount of concrete coming out with the correct mixture of water. And since it's only 1 foot wide, it really was tough to keep it moving side to side. This ended up being exactly 8 bags, and that's what I had expected it to be. I had to scoop out some with a shovel into a wheelbarrow. Now I got to find some place to put that. But anyway, I think it's looking okay. I just put a trowel on it and tried to even it all out. It looks like I might have a little bit of a low spot right there in that corner, so I'll add a little scoopful of it and try to get it up there. And then now it's just time to let it dry a little bit. I'll finish it again, put an edging on it and a broom finish, and I'll show you what it looks like when we're finished. Well, this is what the finished product of the first section looks like. I put an edge on there and then just put a broom finish. It's my first time ever finishing concrete, pouring concrete, anything by myself. So I think it turned out okay. We'll see when I try to release the forms tomorrow. Hopefully they'll come apart really good, and I'll just put that in a separate video and show you how that goes. Hey, on your way out, hit that thumbs up button. Encourage us to continue working hard here at the homestead. And we'll see you next time at Swan Branch.